Hey everybody, I have an NPE case for you today, and they didn't find out they were an NPE until she was in her late 60s. Do you imagine going your whole life thinking that one thing is the truth and to be shattered and find out something else is completely different? Your whole life was a lie. Welcome back to Client Stories with Amy. So her daughter had bought pretty much everybody in the family an ancestry DNA test for Christmas, just for fun and to see what everybody's ethnicity was, to compare the reports, all of those things. So our client, she says, okay, yeah, I'll do it. And she kind of put it off. She just forgot about it, set it on her shelf. And then one day right around Easter, her daughter says, hey, did you ever send that kit in? Did you get your results yet? I haven't heard anything about it. She's like, oh, I forgot. So at Easter, so they got it at Christmas. Easter, our client does the test and sends it in. And then about 9 weeks later, she says she thought about it and is like, oh, I better log in and figure out to see if my stuff's back. I forgot all about it again. She logs in and she's like looking at the ethnicity. She's like, well, that's weird. Where's the Irish DNA? Like, I'm supposed to be Irish or Scottish or something, but where's that at? Oh, well, not a big deal. She forgets about it again. And then her daughter messaged her like, hey mom, what's up? You got your stuff back? Let's go look at your DNA matches. I'm kind of curious to how your DNA matches are going to compare to mine. They had a whole conversation about the ethnicity, about how it was weird the Irish and Scottish whatever wasn't there. And then the daughter says, well, let's look at the DNA matches. Let's compare the DNA matches, see how they fit into our tree. Let's see if we can identify any of them. Let's kind of make a game out of it. Let's see who can identify the most DNA matches for which side of the family first. Fun, right? It would be fun if there was no DNA surprises. And they found a whole slew of DNA matches that did not line up with their family tree. They could see grandma's line, perfect, our client's mom. We could see that line perfectly, but she couldn't see her dad's family. She couldn't see it at all. And our client and her daughter were like, well, that's strange. Why would that be? And they did more research, and then it dawned on the daughter that dad wasn't her mom's dad. And her mom was absolutely devastated at that news. She's like, there's no way, dad's my dad. Mom would never have done that. What is going on? They made a mistake. And our client's daughter had to sit her down. It's like, mama, no, they didn't make a mistake. Your results are showing this. And if you look at mine and you look at what the match is between you and I, it's the same. There's no difference here. And then she sat there and started to kind of put those puzzle pieces together. Okay, yes, you're right. I get it now. And she was just completely lost. She's like, well, I guess that's why I don't have the Irish DNA. So she was devastated, and she kind of tried to make a little bit of light out of it so she wouldn't break down. She said that she used a little bit of the humor to cope with this surprise, because if she didn't, she would just completely lose her marbles. She's like, I've got to keep it together and figure this out. And they couldn't figure it out. And so they Googled, how do you find a birth parent? And what happens when your dad isn't your dad, and all of these keywords. And she says a few of things for us popped up. And so her and her daughter together contacted DNA Angels. Got her through the screening, got her access to her tree and her DNA, and we started working that case right away. We were able to find the most recent common ancestor line for both grandparents, which led us to the birth father line, and it was one of 9 brothers. And that's pretty much where we're stuck at. One of 9 brothers. Every single one of them are from the same exact hometown as our client's mom was from. So we can't even use location clues to kind of narrow it down. This one's a better option than this one because he was at least in the town or out of the state or whatever. We can't use any of that. And all of the brothers are within a age range to have a child, so we can't even eliminate one. Say like one was a teenager or one was a 10-year-old or whatever. We can't even use age as a way to eliminate some of these 9 boys. One of 9. That's where we're stuck at. And without somebody from underneath one of those boys start to test, pretty much we need one from all of them until we figure out which one it is. We're kind of pretty much stuck. So the only thing that I could do is try to get some obituaries, some photos, any type of information on each one of these men and give it to her so she can kind of at least connect to some sort of connection to this family. I did give her some contact information for some of the living descendants for all of those boys, and she has chosen that she's content with it. She has her daddy, she loves her daddy very much, and she doesn't need to know anything else. She's got everything she needs about the family. But that's it for today. Bye.